Climbing tier list, boys. League of Legends, mid lane, tier list, or improvement. Alright, boys? See his can't decide? Yeah, it's not bad. Alright, so this is gonna be, like, for learning the game, I think it's the same at most elos. There's some discrepancies where I think, like, scaling champions are better in low elo. So I think, like, Kassadin and, like, Kale are better in lower elo. Like, if you're below platinum, they go up a tier. But I think these champions are all C tier. If you're in low elo, they're definitely B or A tier. Actually, maybe we'll even put Kassadin here. And we're gonna put, like, okay. Maybe we'll just start from the top. Ahri right now, super strong. Ahri in the past was not good because she didn't have a solid identity. And if you don't have a solid identity, it's really hard to have a good perspective on, like, what a good or bad play is. So, like, in the past, coaching an Ahri player is like, you have all these different options and you need to be, like, you have to have a degree in Ahri to understand all the different options. Like, you had to one-trick this champion. But now she's a lot safer. She plays a lot more like a standard mage, I think, now. So, definitely a lot better for improvement these days. Akali, don't pick. Alright. Anivia, I think is really solid, right? She's a good mage. If you're gonna play a mage, I think she's really good. I think Annie obviously is S tier. I'm not biased at all. Trust me. Okay. Here, let me open my pen so I can add Tryndamere at the end of this. I'm gonna add Tryndamere and Garen because they both deserve to be on here. Yeah, Annie, obviously, Church of LS. Annie's great. Just play Annie, alright? Annie's amazing. Chat says play any meta champion right now. They're all OP. You'll get rank 1 trust. Okay, no. If you're playing meta champions, you're for fun. Like that already goes down here. If your champ pool consists of whatever's meta for the week, you're a for fun player, dude. Meta. If you play meta, you're a for funner, dude. You don't actually care about improvement. Alright. Yeah, Ahri is meta. Ahri is good for improvement though, because she's simple. Right? She's a simple champion. She's a clear identity. I think Malzahar is another B champion. I think Anivia might actually be A. I think Anivia is a good champion to take for a long while. Porky is bad. Right, poor champion. Why is Cho'Gath on here and Tryndamere's not? Annie's not meta though. Like, Annie's not really meta, like, anywhere. Asol is a good one-trick champion. Right, so maybe we need to have another tier that's like one-tricks. One-tricks only. This is gonna be one-tricks only. Alright, it's completely exclusive. Maybe we'll even move this to the bottom. Yeah, we're gonna move this to the bottom. We're gonna have, like, Asol there. We're gonna play Asol. Amazing. Azir. He's too complex. Not really that good. He's probably one of the worst mages. So I'm gonna put him down and see. He's definitely one-trickable though. Maybe I'll put one trick only. Brand, just not good. I don't know. Like, he's not the worst though. Cass is solid. The problem with Cassiopeia is she's, like, really mechanically difficult in terms of the spacing and everything you need to get done. But she is a good champion, and her identity is relatively simple. You know, you kind of just want to get into the side lane, whatever. But her mechanics are hard, so tough champion. Cho'Gath, we're gonna disregard that till later, maybe. Diana, I think Diana's okay. Again, yeah, I think she's another B tier champion. Pretty simple for climbing. I think she's not the greatest champion. Yeah, if you're playing Jaime, dude, you're for fun. Okay, I need to move this meta box though. If you're playing Jaime, you're playing for fun, and you just do whatever you want. Alright. Katarina is automatically in the don't pick. Any champion that has, like, any sort of complex mechanic or complex identity, just don't pick, right? You can one-trick these guys, but, like, if you pick these guys, you genuinely don't care about winning. Like, these guys actually deserve to be in the for fun spot. If you want to play these champions, it's fine, but you're a for fun player, right? You can make it work, but you're a for fun player. All right. Some of these are different for high elo, right? Like, if you get into Masters Plus, like, Ryze is actually a good pick. LeBlanc is a good pick as well, but if you're playing her in low elo, like gold below, like, just don't pick it. Just don't pick it. Yeah, like it's ridiculous. Why is Fiddlesticks and Ezreal on here? No, don't pick these. Don't pick these, dude. Cho'Gath is actually kind of acceptable. Middlesticks is not good anymore, boys. Let's get into some other like high tier picks. I think Veigar is a pretty high tier pick. Veigar is a very good champion. I think that might be an A tier champion. I think Twisted Fate is good. And he's good for learning map awareness and good for learning camera control and side laning and all that kind of stuff. Out rotating and applying pressure in multiple spots. But he's not as good as he used to be. He used to be S tier. Like 2 or 3 years ago, he was S tier. But I think he's like a high B. I think he's a high B at this point. Yasuo, again, you're a fun player if you think you're gonna play this champion. Why is Nautilus on this? Don't pick that. We're in Ziggs. I think Ziggs is a low B, maybe a high C. Like he's fine. He's a fine champion for improving. His identity is pretty simple. So yeah. He's probably just a better version of Xerath. I think Karma is not good for learning mid lane. I think she's a good mid lane champion, but she's not good for learning mid lane. Right, like that's, yeah. Lux is again. Lux is pretty solid too. We'll put her high B as well. Here, let me fix the order of these B champions a little bit. Yeah, okay. I like the B tier. B is solid. Like a B champion is solid. If you're playing a B champion, I think you're in a good spot. Echo, definitely a C tier. Fizz is definitely a C tier. Like you could make it work. If Fizz is a high C tier. His identity is much simpler than these other champions. And I'd rather people play the stuff. Okay. Galio, he's a simple champion in low elo, but he starts to get a lot harder the higher you climb. So I think that earns him a rightful spot in B. Yeah, right by Kassadin. He's actually pretty similar to Kassadin, where you'll run through low elo with it, most likely, but you tend to plateau around diamond or maybe even mid diamond, low to mid diamond. Lysandra, bad champion right now. Don't pick it. I'll put her at the bottom of C. You can make her work, not good. Morgana, actually A tier champion. This is a sleeper pick for improvement. Like, it's a sleeper pick for improvement. It's basically like a modern TF, I feel. Lulu, good champion again. Bad for learning mid. Don't pick it. Nico, I'm going to say she's a low C tier. Like, it's a champion that, again, you can run through low elo with. But she starts to kind of plateau. I'll put her at bottom of B. Let's see. Rumble, probably don't play it, man. Actually, he's okay. He's a lane bully with a good ult. He's like the Kennen of mid lane. Right? He's a lane bully with a good ult. It's not bad. So, he's definitely probably better than Vlad. Yeah. Yeah, I'll put him high C. I think Orianna's good. If you're going to learn Orianna, again, it's hard. It's similar to Cass, where it's hard, but it's a good identity to learn. So, Orianna's solid. Victor, I think gets A tier. Because it's a good way, it's a good lens to learn mid lane through. And he's a pretty solid champion right now. He's not quite as strong as he was the past couple of patches, but not bad. Swain, just don't pick it, dude. Silas. Hard champion to learn. He's a good champion to have in a pool. I hate Silas. I have a really big hatred for Silas, so I'm going to put him down by like all these other champions that like you shouldn't play. Syndra's good. Probably low B, high C. I think she's too hard for low elo players to play. Like, there's no reason for you to play Syndra when you could just play Annie or Ahri or Victor or even Orianna. So don't pick Syndra unless you're like really in love with the Thunder Thighs, because there's just better picks. Teemo, just don't pick it. Talia, just don't pick it right now. Zyra, just don't pick it. Talon, very, very good. I think Talon's an A tier assassin. I think he's the best assassin that you can pick up. Really simple, comes online really quickly, and he's good. Vel'Koz, really, really low. Xerath is probably right by Ziggs. Pretty similar in my mind. And Zoe, I think. But here's the thing with Zoe. Very, very good champion. Very hard mechanics. but she does have a relatively clear identity. So I'm debating low B or high C. Again, if you're going to play this champion, I would just rather you play a simpler burst mage, like Vex, or Ahri, or Annie. So there's just better options. Right? There's just better options for improving. And yeah, Nico gets knocked down. Like here. Where's Kiana? Okay, so now there's a couple that like weren't on here for some reason. So here, we'll add the ones that weren't on here. Can I make a box? Okay, cool. Yeah, we can make a box. S tier? Obviously. Obviously, I'm putting Garen and Tryndamere. Okay? I have to. Garen. Alright? Amazing champion. Play that champion and learn mid lane more often. We're also going to put Tryndamere. These champions are so simple and they're so effective in low elo. And like they let you just climb easy. They're super simple to kind of pilot. They have clear identities. Amazing champions. Maybe Tryndamere's like A tier, but Garen, dude, like no, these guys are just super good for learning mid lane. Like actually. Other champions, I think Vex is A tier. I think Vex is a modern Annie. I think they pretty much go hand in hand. Vex is slightly harder. Yeah, we're definitely gonna throw Vex in there. Where's Yone at? Okay, is Yone not placed on here yet? Yone, again, if you're gonna play Yone, I'd just rather you play Garen or Tryndamere. If you want to play an assassin, I'd just rather you play Talon or Fizz. So he probably goes like right here. Like, I wish I could push these guys to the side. But we'll put him in. We'll put him in the back of B. No, he didn't deserve back of B. He really doesn't. He really doesn't, dude. Yeah, we're gonna put him here. Yone's not bad. He's a solid champ. If you're playing C, it's solid. Alright, C champions are solid. You can make these champions work. So, yeah, you can make these C champions work. Just don't rely kind of too heavily. You know what I mean? That makes sense? Or like you have to one-trick these guys, right? You don't want to just add this to your pool for fun. If you're going to play one of these champions, like one-trick it. No, Singe is in don't pick. Don't pick Singe. Alright, don't pick it. Or it could even go in for fun. Like, it could just be in for fun. I liked Vex. Never fully understood the fear timings. Yeah, so if you don't like Vex, just play Annie. It's even simpler. It's great. Why do you gotta insult over half my champion pool? This is just like for climbing strictly. For climbing. There are lots of people who like to have fun in League. Personally, I don't, man. I don't enjoy the fun part of League. I'm more of a hardcore gamer. You know what I mean? It's me pushing up my elitist glasses. So if you're a hardcore gamer, dude, and you're trying to get out of gold as fast as possible, like pick an S tier champion, and it makes the climb just a lot more clear. Because, like, what's a good analogy for this? I think a good analogy, it's like, if you play Annie, you have like two paths, right? You have two paths. And this path is like really sunny and really clear. And this path is like really dark and dingy, right? Like those are your only two options. If you play a C tier champion, there's like 50,000 paths, right? There's like, oh, you could push and roam. You could fucking keep the wave in the middle. You could look for all ins. You could go roam bottom. You could do all this. There's like a million choices and they're all foggy, right? Because there's trees in the way and you have to learn to see through the trees. Like this is actually what playing these champions is. It just adds extra. It adds harder decision making. It adds more mechanics. It adds more to think about on your mental stack for nothing really. Because you could just have like a very clear black and white picture of how to play the game. Instead, you're going to have no clue what to do. And you're going to have like spend a lot of time looking at each of these paths and deciding which is best for you. If you're playing Annie, there's only one path. Farm and play around your power spikes. If you're not doing it, you're doing it wrong, right? If you're playing Silas, if you're playing Syndra, if you're playing fucking Corki and Vlad, there's so much more noise and other stuff going on. It's just so much harder to play, right? So, yeah. At the same time, it also gives you more flexibility on how you play. Yeah, but it doesn't give you better results. That's the important thing. Yes, you have more options, but it doesn't give you any more results. So do the options matter? No, like they really don't. That's insane. I mean, yeah, like there are cheesy things that these champions can do. Right? Each champion will have their own kind of mechanics, but it's just why. You know what I mean? It's not worth it. It kind of just muddies up your climb for no reason. All right, boys, that was the climb though. Or that was the tier list. No hot takes, bound to change. We're gonna slap this, throw this up on YouTube. If you guys are watching on YouTube, come watch the Twitch stream where we do stuff like this all the time. Oh, where's Kiana? Kiana is just C tier. Or maybe one trick. One tricks only. Kiana goes to one trick only. She's okay, but she's just so complex. Like, just play Talon if you want to pick up an assassin. Or pick up Fizz. If you want a one trick Kiana, that's fine. But just definitely don't pick her up to have her in your pool.